Hard sports all plays. Yeah. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays. Yeah.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Thursday, September 7th, 2023. Excuse me. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Going pretty good. Not too bad.
Should be a good day. NFL's back. Opening night, kickoff game, Chiefs and Lions tonight. Should be an interesting game. Chiefs might be missing two of their big-time players with their defensive lineman, Chris Jones, from what I hear, isn't going to play. He's still holding out over a contract. And then now Travis Kelce is questionable with hyperextended knee. I guess they're going to work him out sometime today and then make a final decision. I know he's wanting to play, but I think from what I heard from Adam Schefter earlier on the Pat McAfee show was that they were going to work him out, and then it was going to come down to the trainer and medical staff probably making the final decision on it.
I don't think he should play. He did it Tuesday. I think it'd be smart, and they'll have extra days off before they play again since they're playing Thursday. I think you set out week 1 and try to get ready for week 2. What do you think?
Yeah, I figured that's what I think too, but Peyton Manning brought up kind of an interesting point when he was on McAfee's show earlier about how with them dropping the championship banner from the Super Bowl last year and all that this is a game as a player you don't want to miss. So Peyton Manning seemed to believe that he thought Kelce would be out there tonight. But to me, it's a long season. This is one game at the beginning of the season. You still have 16 more left. You basically have 10 days off before your next game because of you're playing on a Thursday night. So to me, I think the smarter thing to do would be to not play him tonight, try to get him healthy so he's healthy for the whole season. You put him out there tonight and he gets hurt worse, then you're in a tougher situation than you are now. So it'll be interesting to see what they decide to do. I would kind of lean toward not playing him tonight.
Well, I mean, if that injury would have happened last week, that'd be one thing. But it happened Tuesday. It just happened.
Yeah, 2 days ago. So
these guys kill me. What would a KC win mean without Kelce and Jones? It means a freaking win. That's what it means. It don't mean nothing else.
And that's the thing that sucks, because if the Lions do come out and beat the Chiefs tonight, everybody's going to say the only reason they beat the Chiefs was because they didn't have Jones or they didn't have Kelce. And some of that could be true, but you don't know. You don't know that for sure. I mean, hell, the Lions could have won this game even with it. Could win this game even with them two out there. You don't know. But then on the flip side, they're going to try to build Mahomes up more if he wins tonight without and Kelce don't play and Jones don't play.
Well, if Detroit loses, people will say they suck because they should have beat them. So I mean, If Kansas City loses, you know what it means? It means a loss. If Kansas City wins, it means a win. If Detroit wins, it means a win. If they lose,
Yeah,
it
and
means
it's
a loss.
first game
It's
of
bullshit.
it's first game of the season. So
Real quick, Chris, before we get
why
started,
didn't that?
before we get started on the football, I see Big Glenn's on there. Hey, Glenn, how was the wrestling show last night? How you rate it? How as a show? How'd you like it? I know you had a good time.
Yeah, how's it going, Glenn? Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. I'm glad football's back tonight. We will give out a pick for that. We'll go through the baseball games before I get to the NFL pick. But I mean, it's the first game of the season. It's hard to tell a whole lot about a team in the first game of the season as well. I mean, uh, the Lions could come out and get blown out tonight, then they could turn around and win 6 or 7 games in a row afterwards. You know what I mean? I think the Lions are going to be a better team than what they were last year. They were starting to show signs of it last year. I think their defense will be better this year. I think their offense will be had a good offense last year, one of the top scoring offenses in the league last year. And I think it'll be a little better this year as well because you have Goff in his second year with that offensive coordinator. They added another running back. They had another running back in Jameer Gibbs, who I think is going to be an absolute weapon with his receiving as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a bad show. I didn't get to see the main event. Marcus Fine said the main event was pretty good. I didn't get to watch it because I had to go to work. I thought it was I thought it was a decent show. I thought it was kind of. I didn't think the matches rule was. I mean, not that they wasn't. I didn't think there was great matchups. You pretty much knew who was going to win the matches going in and everything. I think they were great matchups. I think the tournament that they've got is a joke. Some of the people that are in the tournament, why are they in the tournament? But that's just my opinion. But the MJF Samoa Joe segment, I thought was a little long, but I thought it was really good though. I think that could be a good feud if they give it time. And
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it. I was watching the Reds get their ass kicked.
Again, the AEW they worry about protecting people too much. I mean, you got guys like Miro, you got guys like Hobbs, you got a lot of great wrestlers. Why ain't they in that tournament to try to go for the heavyweight title? You got guys like AR Fox and Trent Beretta, who when's the last time he had a singles match? I mean, it's kind of goofy. That's just my opinion, and not that they were horrible matches. I'm not saying that, but
yeah, no, I see I understand what you're saying. All right, I'll get ready to get it pulled up, and we'll. Yes, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch any of the show. I watched had the Reds game on. It was a close game for a little while. Then Mariners hit 2 or 3 home runs in one inning and kind of took care of that.
MJF said that he spent quite a bit of time in Indiana in 2019. He actually said he lived there in Indiana for a little while.
I do know that he has wrestled at the Dub at WCWO.
Yep, in 2019 he did.
So I've actually seen the match between him and Jonathan Wolf.
Yep.
IK3.
Yep, sure did.
And I'm not sure what other. I'm sure he probably wrestled some other promotions around Indiana maybe as well, but I'm not 100% sure on like which ones and stuff like that.
The internet's going crazy because Collision did like 370,000 this past Saturday, and they said it was the first collision without CM Punk. People, it was also going up against Payback at the same time. Collision was on at the same time Payback, so I think it's more that than anything. It's hard to go up against pay-per-view.
Was there a big reaction from the crowd about CM Punk last night?
I didn't see anything. Of course, it wasn't mentioned or anything. The thing that was weird about that show too, and Glenn can attest to this, they brought up WWE 5 or 6, not necessarily hammering and stuff, but put up WWE 5 or 6 times. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Even Bully Ray brought that up last night. So they brought that up quite a bit.
Wonder why. What's the point of that?
Yeah, I don't know. I would focus on my product and my product alone.
Especially with the problems you're having right
Yeah.
with the backstage problems and talent can't get along and have to fire people and scared for your life. Hell, if I was really scared for my life, like Tony Khan said he was, I wouldn't be worried about what WWE's doing. I'd be worried about trying to protect myself.
Some people think that
Glenn said CM Punk didn't exist.
some people think that Jungle Boy is gone, that they're going to fire him, but I don't think so. I think if he's going to fire him, they already done it.
I think the only thing that's saving him is he's friends with the Bucks. He's in good with them guys, and I think that's the only thing that save it. I think that's what's going to save him from getting fired.
Some people said CM Punk was done. I read an article. CM Punk was done as soon as the Elite re-signed long-term contracts with the company. That don't make sense to me because they helped start the company. Why wouldn't he think they was going to resign? You know what I mean? So I mean, when guys leaving, that sounds kind of weird to me.
Yeah, that don't make a whole lot of sense. But all right, we'll go ahead and jump into baseball. There's not a whole lot of baseball games today. I think there was only a total of like 6. You have a lot of teams off today, which I figured that was going to be the case after how many games there was yesterday. First game I like is going to be the Dodgers and Marlins. Dodgers are 1.5 run favorites, minus 120 on the money line. The Marlins are plus 102 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. Dodgers are 84-54 in the season, 37-30 on the road. They will have Poit on the mound tonight. He's 1-0 with a 1.29 ERA. Dodgers are 1-4 over their last 5 games, hitting .255 as a team on the season with a 4.21 team ERA. The Marlins are 72-67, 40-31 at home. On the mound for the Marlins is Garrett. He's 8-5 with a 3.86 ERA. Marlins are 5-0 over their last 5 games, hitting .260 as a team on the season with a 4.12 ERA. Excuse me. Marlins have won the first 2 games of this series. They've been kind of bullying the Dodgers around a little bit. But I like the Marlins playing. Dodgers have been struggling a little bit over the last few days. I'll give the Marlins a good chance of picking up another win against them. And if they do lose, I think it's going to be a close game. So I think Marlins on a plus 1.5 is good value. Next game, Seattle Mariners at the Tampa Bay Rays. Seattle's a 1.5 run favorite on the road, minus 124 on the money line. The Rays are plus 106 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 8 runs. The Mariners are 78-61 on the season, 39-32 on the road. They will have Castillo on the mound tonight, who's 11-7 with a 3.19 ERA. Seattle's 2-3 over their last 5, hitting .245 as a team on the season with a 3.72 team ERA. The Rays are 85-55 on the season, 47-24 at home. They will have Littell on the mound tonight, who's 3-4 with a 4.69 ERA. Tampa is 3-2 over their last 5 games, hitting .259 as a team on the season with a 3.80 team ERA. I like the Rays here at the plus 1.5. Rays at home have been tough to beat, and you're giving them a 1.5. So I like the Rays at the plus 1.5 against Seattle. Next game, Detroit Tigers at the New York Yankees. Yankees are 1.5 run favorites at home, minus 166 on the money line. The Tigers are plus 140 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. Tigers are 63-76 on the season, 34-36 on the road. Tigers will have Rodriguez on the mound, who's 10-7 with a 3.11 ERA. The Tigers are 3-2 over their last 5, hitting .235 as a team on the season with a 4.45 team ERA. The Yankees are 70-69 on the season, 38-33 at home. You have Rodon on the mound tonight for the Yankees. He's 2-4 with a 5.70 ERA. Yankees 5-0 over their last 5 games, hitting .228 as a team on the season with a 3.92 team ERA. I like the Yankees here. The Yankees won the first couple games of this series. Yankees have been playing some better ball here as of late. Actually, since they moved some of their younger guys up onto the roster, they've been playing a little bit better. So I still think it's going to be tough for them to find a playoff spot. I think they turned it on a little bit too late, but I do think they win this game tonight. So I like the Yankees on the money line. And then my last game of the night, Arizona Diamondbacks at the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs are 1.5 run favorites, minus 168 on the money line. Diamondbacks are plus 142 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. Diamondbacks are 72-68 on the season, 34-33 on the road. They will have Nelson on the mound, who's 6-7 with a 5.47 ERA. Diamondbacks are 2-3 over their last 5, hitting .253 as a team on the season with a 4.63 team ERA. The Cubs are 76-64 on the season, 40-31 at home. You have Assad on the mound tonight for the Cubs, who's 3-2 with a 2.69 ERA. Cubs are 4-1 over their last 5, hitting .254 as a team on the season with a 4.07 team ERA. I like the Diamondbacks here at the plus 1.5. So my picks for Major League Baseball tonight: Marlins plus 1.5, Rays plus 1.5, Yankees money line, and the Diamondbacks at the plus 1.5.
Okay, my Major League Baseball parlay for tonight: I got Seattle at Tampa Bay. I'll take Tampa Bay money line. Got Tigers at the Yankees money line. St. Louis at Atlanta money line, and Arizona at the Cubs money line. That's my Major League Baseball parlay for tonight.
All right.
And I think the Reds may have some good news coming in. Looks like Hunter Green maybe back Sunday to make a start. Looks like Williamson might be back Tuesday to make a start. And looks like Jonathan India might be back Tuesday.
Yeah.
Also. So that's good news. Hopefully that all pans out.
They need some guys back. Between illness and injury, really kind of ravaged the Reds over the last week and a half, couple weeks.
Yep.
Especially the pitching staff. Hell,
Cruz is expected back soon too, real soon. What about the one pitcher? Have you heard anything on him? The guy kind of come out of nowhere, was pitching really well, and then went out hurt also. Can't think of his name right now. He started, came in became a starter.
Williamson?
Not Williamson. Williamson will be back Tuesday.
Okay. Oh.
Did a pretty good job. Kind of come out of nowhere. And had quite a few quality starts. And then he got hurt too.
I can't think of it.
Can't think of his name right now. Damn it. I hadn't seen anything on him, so I don't know. Maybe he's done for the season too. I don't know.
So we got rid of Weaver. Dolo's out.
The season. They still ruled Votto out completely. That's the thing I just seen. And they're hoping maybe Ashcraft could be back by the last week of the season. But that's not guaranteed. Damn it, I can't think of that pitcher's name.
Yeah. I'm drawing a blank because I'm trying to think of who it would be, but I can't think of it.
Because he pitched really well for him. He was actually probably the number 3 or 4 guy at one point, and then Williams ended up stepping up. But
yeah, I can't. Not sure. All right, give me 1 second here, and we'll take a look at tonight's NFL game. All right.
Lively.
Oh, okay, Lively.
I hadn't heard anything on him.
He's been out for a while. Yeah, Glenn. I think tomorrow. Yeah, I'm excited. I think that's going to be a pretty cool little thing they got going on there. I know Chris Angel is going to do some kind of 150-foot jump or something. Should be a pretty cool event. All right, got like we were talking about earlier. NFL kicks off tonight. First game, Lions at the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 4.5-point favorites, minus 220 on the money line. Lions are plus 184 on the money line. Over-unders at, that's went up. It's at 53.5 now.
What's the point spread you said?
4.5. I think it's going to be a real competitive game. I think it would have been a competitive game even if the Chiefs had Jones and depending on what happens with Kelsey. I'm going to take the Chiefs at the minus 4.5, even if they don't have Kelsey. I just with being the banner drop night, everything that's goes on with that, I think Chiefs are going to come out pretty fired up. I do expect it to be a close game, so I'm going to go Chiefs minus 4.5. But I think the Lions are going to put up a lot of points, so I like the over to 53.5. I was going to take the over to 52.5. It's went up to over 53.5. I see both these teams scoring close to 30 points. I really do. The Chiefs defense probably isn't going to have much of a pass rush because they're going to be missing their best pass rusher. So I think Goff's going to have time back there. So and the Lions offense was, I think, like top 5 in scoring last year. And then on the flip side, the Lions defense wasn't real great last year. Started playing better toward the end of the season. I think their defense will be better this year than they were last year, but you're also playing against the Chiefs offense. They can put up points. So I expect this to be a pretty high scoring game. So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs at the minus 4.5, and I'm gonna go with the over to 53.5.
I'm going with the Chiefs minus 4.5 also. That was my plan. So, wasn't for sure on the point spread, but I plan on going with the Chiefs. It's just, I think, not saying that they won't, but Detroit is still in the situation. They got to, I know it sounds weird. I mean, you build your team up, but you got to learn how to win too. And I still think they're in that process. And I hope Detroit has a big year. I like that coach. Live came back on the 27th. He's healthy. As far as physically, but he was put on the COVID list September 1st. So hopefully he'll be back. Well, if that's only a week, he could be back anytime now. So that'd be nice.
Oh yeah, it'd be real nice.
Because if you get Lively, Williamson, and if Green's pitching well along with Abbott, I mean, you got 4 pitchers there that I think could get you possibly to play. The Reds have on paper a weak schedule left. Only one team with a winning record, and that's the Twins. All these next 19, 20 games. But that don't mean anything. You gotta do it on the field.
Well, yeah, that's true. But in one that it seems like the Reds sometimes play to their competition as well. I mean, it seems like we'll struggle sometimes with some of these teams that don't have real good records, and then we go play against, like I was talking about yesterday, like the AL West.
Well, the bottom line is also we play a lot better on the road than we, for whatever reason.
Yeah. Yeah, not 100% sure why that is. Would you take Marlins money line, Tampa Bay? Actually, I took both. I took the Marlins at the plus 1.5. I'd take them on the money line, and I like Tampa Bay as well. My picks I gave out in baseball today were Marlins plus 1.5, Rays plus 1.5, Yankees money line, and the Diamondbacks at the 1.5. And yeah, we have football today. Looking forward.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Oh, I am too. Also, don't forget tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. We have a pro wrestler and president of Overdriver LLC, Bill Wright, will be joining us. Also, ladies, Mike wrestler, one of the owners of DCCW, Given Promotions, will be joining us tonight. Conversation. They're going to come on and talk about the new Overdriver app. That I think is going to really maybe help change the independent business, independent. So it's interesting a little bit more about this new app that's getting ready to launch. So Eastern for that. And we'll put up a post. We're probably going to do a show Saturday morning because we won't be doing a show tomorrow because we're going to be traveling. But we'll probably do a show Saturday morning. We'll put up something on our page, what time and everything. Let everybody know that. Still getting that figured out. But real quick, my picks for tonight before we get out of here: Marlins plus 1.5, Rays plus 1.5, Yankees money line, Diamondbacks at the plus 1.5. In the NFL tonight, I like the Chiefs at the minus 4.5, and I like the over the 53.5 in that game. I think this could be a pretty high scoring game. You have two good offenses, and with the Chiefs not having Chris Jones, I think that's going to hurt their pass rush. So I think Jared Goff could have a big game tonight. So it's going to be fun. Been waiting on football to be back. Only had one college football game tonight. It was like a 40-point spread. Murray State against somebody. I wasn't going to mess with that. Got a lot of college football tomorrow. And, of course, Saturday and then Sunday, a full slate of NFL games. But we'll talk about the college football and NFL Saturday morning.
The big UFC Saturday.
Yeah, big UFC on Saturday. But that's Adesanya, isn't it?
Yep. It's Strickland.
But we appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. Well, we'd greatly appreciate it. We will see you guys. Like I said, we won't be live tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see you tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, for our interview with Bill Wright and the ladies' man, Mike King. And we'll be back Saturday morning with an episode of Easy Money Sports Betting Show. Hope everybody has a great Thursday night. Enjoy your night back, and we will see you guys